Dylan Mulvaney recently responded to California Governor Gavin Newsom's comments about transgender athletes competing in women's sports. During an appearance on The View, the transgender influencer seemed to sidestep the question when asked for thoughts on Newsom's admission that biological males competing in women's sports could present a fairness issue. Instead, Mulvaney deflected by recalling a childhood memory of being on a soccer team but choosing to play the role of a nurse rather than an active participant in the game. The influencer admitted to having little personal experience in the realm of competitive sports and instead pointed to transgender athlete Schuyler Bailar, who had publicly criticized Newsom's stance. Mulvaney described still being in the early stages of transitioning and relying on others for guidance on these topics. The discussion unfolded as Mulvaney promoted a new book, Paper Doll: Notes from a Late Bloomer, which chronicles personal experiences and reflections on gender identity. Known for sharing transition-related content on TikTok, Mulvaney gained widespread attention in 2023 following a controversial partnership with Bud Light, which led to significant backlash. During the segment, co-host Whoopi Goldberg weighed in, arguing that the debate over transgender athletes mirrors the struggles women have historically faced. She pushed back against claims that trans women competing against biological women inherently creates an uneven playing field. Part of the problem the trans community is facing, and it's the same problem that women face, is if you don't know anything about our bodies, you don't know how it works, Goldberg stated. She went on to say that assuming women are at a disadvantage in sports implies they are weak, dismissing the concerns as overblown. Meanwhile, Newsom's recent comments have added complexity to the ongoing debate within the Democratic Party. Speaking on the first episode of his new podcast, This is Gavin Newsom, he surprised many by agreeing with conservative commentator Charlie Kirk that biological men competing in women's sports is deeply unfair. While Newsom stopped short of outright condemning a transgender athlete's recent victory in a high school track event, he acknowledged that fairness concerns in sports are valid. At the same time, he expressed concern for the mental health struggles faced by transgender individuals and criticized the way certain conservative voices discuss the issue. Despite his stance, Newsom admitted that Democrats are struggling to connect with voters on this topic. "We're getting crushed on it." Crushed, he stated, acknowledging that Republicans have been successful in framing the conversation in a way that resonates with the broader public. His remarks highlight the ongoing challenge for Democrats as they navigate an issue that continues to divide Americans.